How do you spell your name?
B-O-I. Wait, Y-C.
What?
Y-C-A.
Z-E.
C-E-K-E-I-C. E, too.
How do you spell Ezra's name?
I don't know.
Remember E, Z.
E-C-I-A.
There you go. We have got all the baby stuff out. I'm working on, my room's a mess. I'm working on going through all of it. I know that those are recalled, but we don't let our baby sleep in it. It's a place to put them. And then I've got my lounger out, my bassinet, Mama-Roo. There's the bouncer seat somewhere. It's craziness. So I definitely need to like organize it because it's driving me crazy, and I tripped on the bassinet earlier today and my foot feels broken. Sporadic intro, but welcome back to our channel. My name is Chelsea if you're new here. I am 35 weeks pregnant. It's nuts. I feel like that's like a big milestone because it means you're just a couple weeks out from being full term, and it's just exciting. Like everything's kind of like coming to an end, and you really just start to hunker down and try to prepare for baby. My neck has like 4 rolls. It is what it is at this point. I feel massive. I will do like a standing bump shot later, but oh my gosh, I am officially a beached whale. Only I'm not beached because I've had to not be beached because my husband's been gone a lot, and summertime in youth ministry is just like, it can be a lot because he's gone a lot and he's got a lot on his plate. So this time around has been so different. I'll get into that later. If you're new here, like and subscribe, turn on the bell notification because we will be posting a video whenever I go into labor, just saying that I'm in labor, and to stay tuned. We will be vlogging the birth, and those birth vlogs are just so special to me, and I love being able to do that and have those memories stored away forever. I am going to be trying to go natural this time, so I'm assuming that the birth vlog will not be as calm and collected as my last 2 that I had epidurals with. So we'll see how that goes. I am going to be filming a video soon about how I am prepping for natural labor. I don't know if, I think I'll be filming that very soon. Because I just have a lot of little tools in my back pocket from that I've like collected from other videos and other people's experiences and that kind of stuff. And I feel like I'm at the point in pregnancy where every single night you can catch me in bed watching birth vlogs. And a lot of times I'll click on the ones that say unmedicated or positive, or natural experience. And anyway, the reason I have a full face of makeup on and I'm dressed is because we are about to go outside and film a video about how to DIY maternity pictures because we have an amazing photographer. I love her dearly. If you are in the Indy area, I highly recommend April Palmer. She's just amazing. However, just with it being our 3rd baby, and my kids don't really cooperate very well for pictures, and so I don't really want to spend the money on professional pictures if my husband has camera gear that can do a really good job. It's never a guarantee that like the kids are going to behave or whatnot, so we decided just to kind of like DIY them. But we're going to be filming or how to take pictures like for yourself because my hubby's really good at that stuff. So I'm excited, but also had to get ready, and I don't do that very often anymore, but it does feel good to have a face on. So this is a very like vlog style update because I just don't really have anything else in me right now. But at 35 weeks, I have noticed my symptoms shifting quite a bit. I've been complaining of pelvic floor issues like my entire, basically since I hit, I think 20 weeks, 20 or 21 weeks, I've had pretty severe pelvic floor issues just because it's my 3rd baby and this stuff is not easy. Okay, I got interrupted. But I have been complaining of pelvic floor issues basically it feels like my entire pregnancy, just with it being my 3rd baby and things sitting very low. I will say in the last couple of weeks I'm sure the pelvic floor stuff is still there, but I have been dealing more with back pain that has now taken the place. Like, it's almost like your brain can only register so much pain. And so I feel like the back pain is taking like dominance over my pelvic floor pain. So it still hurts to like sit on the toilet and all the things, but like I have not been dealing with any hemorrhoids or like that kind of pressure anymore. And it's more just like very extreme low back pain that like wraps around my love handles and then shoots down my legs, which is sciatic pain. So that's a blast. One of my biggest symptoms lately would be, I think I mentioned this in my last video, but like my nipples have gotten really dark and have this last week started to actually leak like colostrum, I think, and when I'm in the shower, or just like I've just noticed little like like dried crusties on them, and I can tell it's colostrum. So I think that's just my body gearing up to nurse. I feel like even though I mean I have makeup on today and my hair's done, so like, you know, there's that, but I really truly feel like I've lost all glow. Whatever glow that I had is gone. It just feels that way. And then also I feel like my nose is starting to kind of get more wide set, which happens at the end of pregnancy for some people, not for everybody. But and I noticed it widened a little bit with Zeke at the end, and I don't think I had that with Ezra maybe as much. I don't know, I can't really remember, but all I know is that it's not pretty to just feel like you're losing, especially in the summertime when like more of your body is just like revealed in clothes like shorts and t-shirts and that kind of stuff. I just feel like, ugh, I just feel really gross and like nothing looks right on me right now. So that's been really frustrating. My varicose veins are definitely rearing their ugly faces. I cannot believe that I have those this time. I don't even know if I mentioned that in videos yet, but I have. I'm gonna have to show you in like a different light. I'm in natural light now. Down this leg, it's not super obvious right now, but a vein that is very prominent that ends up poking out a little bit if I get like hot or swollen, or if I've been on my feet all day. And then it looks like bruises down the back of my leg. I don't think I have any on this leg. This leg's fine. That's just like not fun to have your legs be doing that. I don't know, especially in the summertime when I feel like I wear shorts and it's too hot to not wear shorts just because I have a few veins. So I've had a few people ask about it, like, what's wrong with your leg? Or like, because it looks like bruises. And I'm like, it's just pregnancy. Like, I don't know, it's just not very fun. I am going to jump on my app because I actually have not looked at it. I'm like the worst at keeping up with my app this time. Like especially with Zeke, my first, I felt like I was checking it every day. Like, is there anything new? Like, what's baby doing today? And then with Ezra, it was a little bit less. And now this baby, I'm like, oh yeah, I have an app. So, okay, 35 weeks, 1 day. Oh man, it's been a few weeks since I've looked at this, but the hand is almost fully grown. That's so nuts. The foot takes a little bit longer to catch up. It's the size of a bunch of carrots. Oh, I had a chiropractor appointment this morning, and she did say that he's head down still and everything's looking really good. I have an appointment, a doctor's appointment next Friday, and she is doing the strep B test, I think, where they swab your innards and make sure that you're not going to need antibiotics during birth. And she said that while she's in there, she can just do a cervical exam because I have been having like pretty significant contractions and just like feeling like things are moving that way. And so I'm just curious if I'm dilated at all yet. The other night I woke up with like hormonal night sweats, and I remember doing that right before having Ezra. And so it just makes me wonder, like I've had just like a lot of weird end symptoms even though I'm only 35 weeks. So I'm still thinking my due date could be off. I mentioned that in my last update, my 32-week update, but he's still measuring 2 weeks ahead. Here's my big question, and if you're watching this and you know anything about this, please comment below because I'm just curious. So the first day of my last period was October 8th, 2020. They say that you can go off of that for your due date. If I'm going off of that, then it puts my due date at July 15th, which is honestly what I'm like feeling could be my due date. Like, I just feel like I'm closer than I am. But if I go off of my ultrasound that they did at 11 weeks, which I'll link that video here, it's when we didn't know we were pregnant, went in thinking maybe I was like 6 weeks, and then I was almost 12 weeks. That was such a crazy time. But in that video, my baby is measuring 11 weeks 5 days, which put my due date at August 4th. So like, I've read conflicting things where, you know, some things are saying that your period is most accurate because every baby measures differently, especially in the beginning. And I would say like all 3 of my babies now have measured small, and then at the end, Ezra and this baby are measuring big. Zeke didn't because he had a placenta issue. Like, he was not being fed the correct way inside of me. So that's another story. But all my babies start out really small on ultrasound. They measure less than they are. And so I'm just thinking, like, what if the dating was a couple weeks off? Or maybe he was measuring small at the beginning and now he's measuring more on track. So I guess, yeah, comment below. Has that happened to you? Was your due date wrong? Did they switch your due date, or did they just leave it and like if you went early, you went early? I'm just like, normally I do not care about my due date this much, but Zach, he's gonna be gone July 11th through the 16th for middle school camp. And if my due date happens to be the 15th, he will not be here. So it does matter this time around, and I just kind of mentally need to prepare for it if that's going to be the case. I mean, I've got help lined up and he would be able to be there. Like, our camp is only 15 minutes away, and it would definitely like put like a kink in his plans, but he would be able to be there, and I think it would all work out. But yeah, I just really would love to know my due date, like my official due date. I wish that we could just wrap this up with a pretty bow and like say, this is when your date's gonna be, and I'll be over at this point. But no, that's not how pregnancy works. So I guess we will just wait and see. It's saying that he probably has a full head of little fuzz, like peach fuzz, unless he has more hair than that. It says he's almost ready. He's just putting finishing touches on, basically almost ready to come out. So babies are now rotating from breech position to turn head down into your pelvis as they move into their birth position. He will then drop lower in your pelvis, which I do feel like baby has dropped. I felt a significant change the other day when like he was up, and then now my belly button's pointing down, and it almost looks more like a pot belly now, and like I feel like he's dropped. He is between 18 or 19 inches. Gosh, that's like almost birth length. And then 5 and 6 pounds, just kind of varies between babies. He's getting close to the size that he's going to be at birth. The skeleton and organ development is complete, although they're still refining their abilities every day. It's saying that I might notice an increased vaginal discharge, accurate, and then also maybe wearing some extra protection, because when you start to have Braxton Hicks, sometimes it can make you pee your pants a little bit, which totally almost happened to me. I was at Marshall's the other day trying to look for some new bathroom rugs, and I walk in and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm having to like hold my pee in and I almost can't. And I had to stand there for a second and just cross my legs and like wait for that to go away. And it was just a contraction I was having that was like pushing on my bladder in a weird way. But yeah, there's really like not a ton of app updates at this point because they're really done developing, and it's just they're putting on fat and like kind of, you know, finishing touches, refining breathing abilities and their lungs and that kind of stuff. My other app, Baby Center, is saying that he's the size of a cantaloupe. Oh, just kidding. A honeydew melon. Funny because when I see this picture of the body, I'm like, no wonder why everything hurts. Like, look how crunched that sacrum is. My spine back here has started to pop out and my back looks pregnant. So that's not been very fun. You might feel clumsier than normal, which is perfectly understandable. Yes, I feel so clumsy. I keep dropping things and then taking it personally when I drop things because I'm like, I have to bend over and pick that up now. No, like, why am I so dang clumsy? This is not fair. Let's see if this one says anything different. Everything's about the same. Yeah, like I said, there's really not many app updates at this point. While I'm in front of this mirror, my room is so messy, but I was just gonna do a quick little bump shot because I don't really feel like setting my camera up somewhere. I feel like baby is low right now, and just larger than ever, obviously. But that is the current state. I don't know if the stress is showing it. super well. Like I said, we're about to do a little family photo shoot. Baby is getting big. I feel like it just looks so much bigger in person. Maybe not. That looks pretty big there. But there is my bump shot for you. I'm not going to do anything more than that at this point. Somebody in my comments had asked me if I had had any embarrassing moments yet with, like, I think like gas and that kind of stuff. Totally. It's like really hard to be this pregnant and not just like fart all the time. So there's your answer. Yes, I'm very gassy. I've also not near as bad this pregnancy as with Ezra, but like bladder incontinency at times, you know, I always have to be prepared for scenarios like that because that's just pregnancy and it's kind of gross sometimes. Yeah, I'm just super excited for the last few videos I have planned to film before baby gets here, and it's just crazy to think that it's all coming to an end and I'm gonna have 3 boys. Like, that's insane to me. I'm gonna have 3 kids. I don't feel old enough for that. It just all kind of sets in waves, I guess. Like, life is just so quick, it's so fast. So one of the things I'm doing next week is I'm going to be spending a day just with my best friend and our 2 oldest boys. They're like best friends, and we were going to take them to see a movie together and then go out to lunch, and then there's this like dinosaur sidewalk activity event or something at our library, and we're going to take them to that. And I just am really excited for that time to spend some one-on-one time with him, just because it's hard to do that on a daily basis with Ezra around. So I'm going to kind of cherish that as my last time to be with just Zeke for a while, because I know I'm going to be really focused on this baby. And then as far as Ezra goes, I spend a lot of time with that kid because he's definitely on the more needy side, and he's a mama's boy, and yeah. So I don't feel like that extra pull to be like intentional with him right now, because I feel like I am on a daily basis, and he's so young. Like, he's only 19 months, so I don't really feel like he fully even understands what's about to happen. So I just wanted to do a quick update because I haven't done one in a few weeks, and this is all going so quickly, and I cannot believe like how close to the end we are. So I will keep you guys posted on my due date stuff and how the cervical exam goes next Friday, and we'll see if my due date ends up switching. But yeah, if you have any idea about the due date stuff, comment below, because I'm just super fascinated by it, and also just kind of want to know like what could be more accurate. Thank you for being here. Thanks for watching. We are excited to be at this point in this pregnancy, this surprise pregnancy that we had, and I am looking forward to seeing his face and meeting him and naming him. He still does not have an official name. However, we have narrowed it down pretty far, and I think we've got it. I think we have it figured out, but we still are saying that we're waiting to see him just to make sure it fits him before we announce it. So stay tuned, because we've got a fun name reveal video coming, and birth, and just all the fun things. So thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.